Alright, so in today's episode, we're going to be replacing this right here, the stock emblem, with a silhouette emblem. Stay tuned. Alright, just a few things we'll need today is some blue painter's tape, 50-pound fishing line, glue gun, microfiber towel, preferably clean. I got more that are clean. And a heat gun or a hair dryer can work. Alright, so with this painter tape, what I've done is I have it set up as kind of a guide here. It's kind of a rough estimate, but I want to have it guided where the middle of the emblem goes like that. And like so. Alright, now what I'm going to do is use the heat gun here, and on a low setting I'm going to heat this emblem up. So what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to go ahead and kind of melt that glue behind it, that 3M tape glue, and after that I'm going to get my fishing wire like so, grip it around kind of like that, and start sawing. With that glue melted, it should come right off. You might have to go ahead and do it a few times. It depends on, you know, how good it's on there. This bike is relatively new, so it should be easy to come on. As you can see, I'm just go ahead and just got her at the lowest settings I could have it, but put on high, and just go back and forth a few times, and that way we can heat that glue up underneath this emblem, and it will be hot to touch, just so you all know. It'll be spicy. Alright, and what we're doing here is sawing this off like so. Alright, sorry about that. My father-in-law came over and he was talking to me, so I got it halfway sawed off. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and heat this up again. Just like so. Okay. Remember, you don't want to have it too hot. You don't want to damage your paint below this emblem. You just want to get this glue nice and toasty, so when you put your fishing wire underneath it, it'll saw right through it. And this is the easy part right here. Alright, continuing on here. Get her under here. See how she comes right off, just like so? Okay. And I got lucky. There's not much glue on there. Usually, there's a lot of glue you gotta take off. But this next step here, what we're gonna do is get it clean. I like to use microfiber, okay? But a clean microfiber towel and glue gun, spray it on that towel, and use it liberally. You know, glue gun is cheap, paint is expensive, so just keep that in mind. Glue gun is cheap, paint is expensive. And we're gonna go ahead and just try to rub this stuff off. I'm gonna have to use, like, you know, fingernail a little bit. Try not to use something direct on the paint, but maybe your fingernail through the towel. See, it's coming right off. And this Goo Gone, what it does is it gets rid of all this residue from your tank. And you're gonna have to keep spraying it on there. Okay. I see how it's coming right off there. And for this bigger stuff, you're gonna have to use your fingernail on it. I like to use it through here. Some people like to use a credit card or something, but I don't want to scratch my tank. But yeah, this is the stock emblem right there. Not bad.
One eternity later.
Alright, so I got all the black stuff off. I just need to go ahead and get the fine amounts of glue off of here. So what I'm going to do, just spray a little bit there. And just use a little bit of elbow grease. It's going to come out. The main thing is you need to use a clean cloth. Because what's going to happen is if your cloth is not clean, and you're rubbing like this, you got to rub kind of hard. You could put small scratches in your tank. And you don't want to do that in your fuel, your paint job. You can buff the stuff out. I mean, they're not going to be major scratches unless you're using like a tool, like a knife, to try to get this stuff off, which, it's kind of overkill and you're going to scratch paint. It just makes the job a lot harder and longer if you do it this way, that way. This way, I've only been doing this for, 15 minutes or so. I got lucky on this side. Not much glue retained on the tank, but a lot of it was on that emblem. There's a little bit more. You might have to use your nail through the towel like I told you earlier. And that way you're not scratching your paint off. Circular motion. Like so. And got a little bit here. Sorry, I'm a little nitpicky with this stuff. I mean, we do pay a lot of money for our bikes. Doesn't matter which bike you get. It does hold sentimental value. At least to me. You work hard for our money. You don't want to mess it up. Work hard for our bikes too. Let's go ahead and just look at it in the sun to make sure you got it all off, which we do. Voila. I forgot to add one more part that you need. You want to have rubbing alcohol. Okay? This rubbing alcohol is important because what you're going to have to do is get a new towel. Okay? This is my new towel. The one I've been using, you can see it has all the glue on there. It's important to use a new towel because you know it's clean. Okay? Make sure it's clean. You need to pour some alcohol on there. Okay? Not a whole lot. I put probably too much on there, but you want to just wipe around here. Okay, what this does is gets any kind of residue off of there that makes it to where it'll be dirty and your new adhesive on your new emblem won't stay on. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my emblem here. Get my emblem with a little bit of this painter's tape here and try to position it because you have your 3M sticky tape on the back of it. Okay, so you don't want to take this 3M tape off yet, but you really just want to see where you want it. You know what I mean? What it'll look like. So that's too far back, in my opinion. That's gonna be too far. Anyways, you get the idea. You gotta kind of play around with it. Alright, so now you got her kind of in the position. I kind of fussed with it a bunch of times, so it took a minute. You want to get 3 pieces of tape here. And you want to basically set these up right at the edge. As straight as you can with the edge that you have it. Okay, on both sides. So you can line it up. Actually, it has to go over just a little bit more. It's kind of tough with the camera position in the way. And I just bumped it. But, you go ahead and look at it. It's got a little gap there still. Trust me, it'll be easy for y'all when you're not taping this on the camera. And keep bumping into it. This is my second, actual second video with this GoPro, so I'm not an expert yet. That looks pretty good. Okay, and you want to get a third one for your bottom. Okay, that way when you take your tape off and the backing off, the 3M backing, you know to line this side up here, and the bottom up right there. You line those up right, you will have a good setup. So just double check everything, make sure it's all good, and go ahead and take the tape off. Alright, so I had to take kind of a little blade to separate this tape from the backing here. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but right here I had to take a blade to it and take the tape off the backing and very easily take that off. Make sure nothing gets, no dirt, no nothing. Okay, so now the tape is off and you apply it just like it was before. All right, here goes nothing. I'm kind of nervous about this because this wasn't cheap. I just messed up a little bit. So it's gonna go right, lined up right like so. There we go. Now, of course, you want to press every bit of that down. All right. Take your tape off. And there you go. Look at that beautiful badge. Roll that beautiful badge footage. Look at that. Man, this turned out better than I expected. I was actually pretty nervous about it. I didn't want to screw up, you know, the paint. Didn't want to screw up these badges. But I think they go great with the look of the bike. That silver with the black badge is amazing. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. And I have more videos coming up. Thank y'all. See you next time.